to the October 1st meeting of the Alliance of Delray Residential Associations. It's great to see so many leaders here today. Yes, can you please all stand, if you can, for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a little sad news, if you haven't heard. President Bob, he passed away a couple weeks ago. So have a moment of silence for President Bob, who was president here for more than 25 years. Okay, and thank you to our fire rescue and to our PBSO who came to the funeral a couple weeks ago. We have some special guests here. Anybody who's not going to be speaking, I'm going to tell you their names here. Then the people who are not on this list are going to be speaking, and you'll be hearing from them. Deputy Holtzman from PBSO, Colleen Reamer from the clerk's office, Nicole Carson from the supervisor of elections, Victoria Green from the tax collector's office, Ed Saul, aide to Commissioner Sachs, Howie Zimmerman from the property appraiser's office, Roger Michad from the property appraiser's office, Victoria Nolan from the Palm Beach County Legislative Delegation, Gabe Margasak from Lake Worth Drainage District, John Carter from Vice Mayor Baxter's office, Kyla West from Vice Mayor Baxter's office, Yvette Drucker, she's a councilwoman from the city of Boca Raton, Lieutenant Wink, PBSO, Major Chris Keene from PBSO, Evelyn Duplessis from aide to Senator Berman, and Leslie Schreiber from PBSO. Welcome everybody. Great. Okay. I have something here. Does anybody know what this is? Raise your hand if you think you know what it is. That man right there, in the blue shirt. No. Anybody? Oh, I was going to give it away to the person who said what it was.
It's an 8-ball.
You
It's an
give it right
8-ball.
behind Donna. What?
It's 8-ball.
Okay, maybe if I do this.
Oh,
An avocado, and Susie got it. Here she gets it. It's an avocado from the Agricultural Reserve. And there's a couple of new things in the Agricultural Reserve to let you know. Interesting, remember when we were going to have that swap maybe, and they were going to have a Chabad on the other side of 441, which wasn't such a great idea because people would have to walk from the bridges and 7 bridges across 441. That didn't happen, but it looks like it might be happening on Lyons Road. There's an application in, and that's great for Lyons Road because the people who go to the Chabad, they walk there, so that's great, not so much traffic. It's great to have that, and of course institutions are allowed in the Agricultural Reserve. Not like, of course, the tax collector's office, which we really are upset about, and of course we let everybody know that we are upset about it. And the coalition from Lyons Road, thank you so much, Jack Kay, and we've got York Freund from our board, and they are from the bridges and 7 bridges there on Lyons Road, and they're still working on that. But if you go up and down Congress Avenue, you see thousands and thousands of new apartments being built along Congress Avenue, right where the tax collector's office is already. Think about that coming into the Ag Reserve. It is very upsetting, but we will continue to let everyone know that we are not happy with that, okay? But other than that, we've got some good news, and we are going to have our Captain Morales from PBSO give us an update. And remember, folks, the new branding for the Alliance, you all get this card now with a little bit of information on the back, some new things that are happening about development, and you get this card every month now, and we have a very special e-newsletter that goes out. So please check your emails for that because it's filled with important information.
All right, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. October 1st, I can't believe we're in October. It's crazy, so fast. I know I was talking to the lieutenant earlier this week when we were going over our schedule. He said, we got the Alliance on Wednesday. I'm like, we were just there. It's going by so fast. So anyway, we're happy to be here. I want to cover a couple of things. Number one, I wanted to share our appreciation to the community for the support that you give us at the Sheriff's Office. I can't tell you how many times we go out to eat lunch within the community and people come up to us and thank us for our service. The support is incredible. I've worked for the Sheriff's Office for 23 years, and during those 23 years I've had the opportunity to work in different parts of the county, north, west, east, and here in the south region. And by far, the most support, hands down, comes from you all here in West Delray. So we really, truly do appreciate it. We are thankful for the men and women that work for us. They do an outstanding job on a daily basis. So I just wanted to take a quick moment and thank you all for the support. It really does mean a lot. It makes a tough job a little bit easier. So thank you for that. Number two, we're currently in the High Holy Days. I wanted to rest assured that we have that covered. Lieutenant Wink has done a fantastic job moving our resources around to make sure the houses of worship have coverage, where we're going to be visible. Hopefully that gives the house of worship an opportunity to worship in peace there, and especially with all the things that are going on. Thirdly, I wanted to talk about the call to action that I discussed last month. Does anybody remember what I asked? Anybody remember? Bonnie? No? I asked for you all to reach out to our VAST team, which is our Volunteers Against Scams team, to schedule a presentation for your communities. And what this presentation is to provide awareness and education so you're not a victim of these scams and these frauds that we're encountering. The frauds continue and they're not going anywhere. It's hard for us to investigate these, so the best tactic that we can use is education and prevention. So please, has anyone, any community, have they reached out to Captain Levy to schedule a presentation? Anyone? Oh, we have one over here. That's right, we spoke earlier. So thank you for that. I asked for 5, I got 1. I think Lieutenant Wink confirmed that Kings Point has one for January.
January 6th.
Yes, January 6th, and Glen Eagles has one too. So please, how many communities do we have represented here?
Right today, there's a portion of them, but we have 110.
Yeah, come on, we got to get that number up, right? So this is going to benefit everyone. So please, maybe we can put the information on the flyer again, on the newsletter. We'll send it out.
I'll send that out.
Yeah, so by next month when we come up here, I want to see hands being risen to say, yes, we have scheduled our VAST presentation. It's very important. So that's all I have. I know you have a great speaker coming up. I'm going to stick around for that for sure. And thank you, everyone. And enjoy the month of October. All right.
Thank you so much. This is the first time ever that I remember that this is unbelievable that we don't have Bill Stansbury here or anybody from Fire Rescue. Is anybody here from Fire Rescue? No. See, boy, this is the first time in all the years of the Alliance. There must be something going on that must be very serious out there. Okay, well, we have Senator Berman here today. Good to see you for an update. Senator Lori Berman. She's got the best first name. It's spelled exactly the same.
Right, and don't forget, you can't spell Florida without Lori. Good morning, everyone. So happy to see all of you. I will let you know our federal government is closed, but our state government is still open and operating. So we're happy about that. We start committee meetings next Monday. So this is full speed ahead. We're back into everything going forward. So if you have ideas for legislation, I will tell you that our priority in the Democratic Senate Minority Office is affordability. We need to address people being able to live and work and thrive in our state. We need to work on property insurance. We need to work on housing affordability. You've seen that they're doing what they call Doge on our county governments, but we really need to Doge our state governments. We've seen a lot of things that have happened where expenses are being put forth. Alligator Alcatraz this summer was not authorized by anyone. $450 million in no-bid contracts. So we're going to work on highlighting a few of those issues. We did pass out a little one-piecer Bourbon Bulletin, and we did want to let you know about the open carry change in Florida. We're very just upset about it. Based on one court case in northern Florida, the Attorney General has declared that the entire state is open carry. There are certain prohibitions on places where you cannot bring guns, such as courthouses, certain governmental buildings, and any business can put up a sign and say, we do not allow guns on our property. So any single business can do that also. But right now, just want to let you know, for the first time in my 16 years in the legislature, they are now walking around with long guns in the Capitol, because people can actually bring a gun into the Capitol. They just can't bring it into the chambers or a committee meeting, but they can, unfortunately, bring it even into my office. So this is a very significant change, and we're looking at how we can address it. Possibly through the legal system, because, like I said, this was only one single court decision in northern Florida. So we'll try and figure that out. I do want you all to know, I'm sure you all have heard, and we talked about this, the sad news of your state representative, Joe Casello, my good friend, passing away. So yesterday was the primary for the seat. And December 9th is the election for the seat. So I urge all of you to pay attention, make sure to vote on December 9th, because that is an important seat and it represents all of Delray. So all of you are affected by that election. And I just want to close by recognizing what an important evening tonight is and tomorrow is. So for all of you who are celebrating, please have a safe and meaningful fast, and I hope that all of us are inscribed in the book of life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and giving us an update. It really is always appreciated. We have another elected official that just walked into the room, right? And I know she would love to speak to you. I don't think we've had her speak here before. This is Sarah Baxter. She's the Vice Mayor of Palm Beach County, right? Yes. And probably soon to be the mayor. Probably. That's the way it usually goes, and we really hope that she does pursue that. Okay, go ahead.
I will keep it brief. I was not planning to speak. I just wanted to come listen today, but I want to say good morning. Thank you for having me. And if we have not met, I would love to talk to you, meet you, and answer any questions you have. Thanks.
Great. Okay. That was a short speech, but you should hear her on the dais. Yes, she does come up with some great ideas and some great statements too. Just before our speaker, we have our sponsor for the breakfast today. Carrie Mercer is from ITD, and she's just going to come up and tell you a little something about this. We always have this 2-minute commercial right before our main speaker. Okay, Carrie Mercer, thank you for your sponsorship today.
Good morning, everybody. First, thank you to the Alliance for inviting us out. We hope you enjoyed the breakfast. But secondly, I have a question for all of you. Have any of you or anybody you know ever experienced an emergency in your home? And when I say an emergency, a fire, a pipe burst, storm damage. Anybody? Anybody want to share their experience in 10 seconds, 30 seconds? How was it? It wasn't good? So that's part of what we do in actually coming out to the community is, one, we are an emergency service provider. So water, fire, mold. We come out and we restore your home. But More specifically, we're here to help you, walk you through that process, because it can be very uncomfortable. You're not sure if you need to call an insurance company. You're not sure who the person that's coming into your home is. So that's why we're here reaching out. Myself, Leanne, Josh, we're all here to answer any questions for you. And again, this is for that emergency at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have somebody that I can call. You can call us individually, or you can call our 800 number. And again, ITD stands for in the details. That's what we're here for, and we're here to help you. So any questions, please come visit our table.
Thank you for the sponsorship. Okay. Well, here we go. Of course, he needs no introduction. We've seen him many times here before because Joe Abruzzo has been our representative in the Florida House. He's been our senator. He has also been the clerk of the court. And now he is our county administrator. A great welcome to a great guy, Joe Abruzzo.
Thank you, Lori. Good morning, Alliance. Good morning. First and foremost, I have to give a shout out to PBSO. They are the ones that keep us safe, not only the elected officials, but all of you in every walk of life, but especially at meetings like this. We're unfortunately in this heightened climate, and to have our deputies here watching over all of us, thank you for always keeping us safe. Appreciate it. First off, I have to say, Yom Kippur. I want to thank you all for allowing me to speak, but Leslie Schreiberg's in the back, and I was here 27 years ago. Norma brought it up, Harvey Arnold. This was actually the first room that I ever picked up a microphone and gave remarks. I remember when Congressman Wexler was newly elected, or just briefly elected, and I remember being in the back with Leslie. She gave me the microphone because I asked her a question, and she said, "Ask the congressman." I was so nervous, I didn't know what to say or how to say it, and nearly 30 years later, I wouldn't be here without you, Leslie, and all of you, all the support. Lori mentioned the different offices representing you in so many different capacities. I cannot thank so many of you for being there from the beginning and allowing me to be your representative in so many different capacities. I also, before I begin, have to give a shout out to my recently vacated clerk's office, where I served as your clerk and comptroller. I see Colleen in the back. And we did some amazing things over the past 5 years. I know all of you are aware of Israel Bonds. I cannot thank Senator Berman, if she's still in the room, enough for her continuous support. But we became the largest investor in the entire world in Israel Bonds, which have, by the way, have given us record returns for you, the taxpayers. And there were a lot of naysayers along the way, but I want to just let you know, the vice mayor's in the back. I'm going to speak about her in a minute. The naysayers were talking about the validity of these bonds, if they would actually pay the return on investment, and of course the security. Well, most of them are maturing. So those who said that these were a bad investment, the county is on the cusp of getting our full investment back. It will be up to the new clerk to reinvest that money into Israel Bonds, but it was one of the safest investments we made in the world, and your continued support on that, not only standing with our strongest ally in the world, Israel, but it was about dollars and cents and returning money, and we made over $35 million a year based on that investment, which is really incredible. And to put that in perspective, when I became your clerk, the entire portfolio was 100% of what we were allowed to invest, only made $27 million a year. Israel Bonds is 15% of our portfolio, so 15% topped what over 100% made before we went into that investment. So thank you, and thank you to the clerk's office for doing that. The County Commission is actually going to have an item eventually about Israel Bonds to actually up the cap temporarily to make sure we can continue that level of investment. And I will tell you, from a commission standpoint, your district, part of your district, or the majority of your district Commissioner Maria Sachs and Vice Mayor Baxter have been the strongest supporters standing with Israel on these investments, and I cannot thank you enough, Vice Mayor, soon-to-be Mayor. Commissioner Baxter is one of the, Lori said it, one of the fiercest fighters on the dais, along with Commissioner Sachs. And when I became administrator, now I work for the board. The commissioners are my bosses, bar none. And I meet every single day with your district commissioners and soon-to-be Mayor Baxter and Commissioner Sachs. And we go through all the different agendas of the things that affect you, and they are on top of it more than any other electeds that I have seen. So I just wanted to let you know I'm on the inside now, and you are in incredible hands with your representatives at the county. So I want to tell you a little bit about the position, because some of you actually just asked me coming up here, you know, what is exactly county administrator, and I will make it brief as possible. A lot of where we're from, I know there's how many from New York, Boston, New Jersey. I know many of you, and where you're from, you have usually strong mayors, and that means I'm from Chicago. The mayor of Chicago, he or she runs the government. They set up the county departments. But here in our government structure, and we are almost a majority unincorporated county. And as you know, we're the largest county east of the Mississippi. We're the #1 ag producing county in the entire state. You will hear me say time and time again, we're the premier county in the United States of America. And when I say that, it's just not a nice sounding slogan. It's true. We have something called FACT, well, that's Florida Association of Counties, but we also have a national counties group, and we sit on a committee that's the top 5 counties in America. But out of that, we're the ones that the spotlight's on. We're the ones with the incredible growth opportunity. I'm not just talking about building homes, but the companies moving here, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But we truly are the premier county in the United States. And because of that, we have a lot of incredible things that are occurring. But from my position, to go back, the Board of County Commissioners are our leaders. They set the policy, the directives of everywhere we're going to keep us the premier county in the United States. I was hired as county administrator, which I run the departments. There are about 35 departments that I have to oversee, and the directors of those departments, and I wanted to give another shout out. We have deputy county administrators. There's 5 of them. There's a chief deputy and 5 deputy county administrators. Tom Nadler, who came from PBSO, he has a vertical that's public safety, and he's actually the spearhead of Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, which of course have to give a shout out to them as well. They're equally to the Sheriff's Department, taking care of us and keeping us safe. So Tom, if you could raise your hand in the back, Deputy County Administrator Nadler. So Commissioner Baxter is my boss, Vice Mayor Baxter is my boss, and they set the directives, and then it is simply my job to go out and make it happen, get it done. If they decide to build a road, I have to make sure that that's getting done. If they want to do a new park, it could be hundreds and hundreds of items, I have to make sure that it's implemented correctly. How many have been to Green K? Isn't it tremendous? Phase 2 is going to be coming online. That's just an example where they set the direction and we have to get it done. What an incredible site. I had a detailed some meetings there not too long ago, and I remember when it was coming on. I was a legislator, phase 1 of it, and I remember there being some skepticism. What is this really going to be? But wow, what has it turned into? It is really a crown jewel of the county, and phase 2 is going to be tremendous. But that is an example. Those are things that we need to get done. So in this government structure, I just wanted to let you know, because it was brought up, and I know, again, I've been asked actually by 2 people this morning about DOGE. To put in perspective, my first day on, DOGE came on site for 2 days, and my first day as your administrator was when they were on site, their second day they were here. So I started with meetings of DOGE, and I will tell you, I knew I was selected for about 2 months before I came in the position. I was working with our Chief Deputy Administrator now, Todd Von Laren, to get us set up correctly. We, according to Doge, have been one of the most collaborative local governments in the entire state. It was my decision, or I made the decision that we were going to be extremely collaborative, provide the information, not fight it. As your clerk, I had extensive auditing backgrounds, so we wanted to make sure that the full information was provided. And I will tell you, our county board of county commissioners, they have managed an incredible local government. There isn't, in my strong opinion, and again, I'm on the inside, there isn't, unless Doge sees something that we do not, which could happen, but there isn't fraud, waste, and abuse. If anything, we've been saving money. And I could see them coming back and saying, you've saved too much money. And I will tell you, if that's what occurs, we're being told by the federal government, by FEMA, by the White House, and by the state, hey, Palm Beach County, you need to make sure you have money in reserves because we don't know the reimbursement schedule or rate from FEMA, God forbid, a hurricane hits. There's 3 main credit agencies, or credit bureaus that rate us. You have Fitch, Moody's, and S&P. I know some of you, I know this gentleman right here is involved in bonds, and we have a AAA bond rating, which is the best you could possibly be. There's not a lot of local governments our side that have a AAA bond rating. So just last week, I had to present to all 3 individually. It was about 5 or 6 hours of meetings to make sure we keep, as part of the process, that we keep that AAA bond rating. And they said to me that our money in reserves is actually at the average. And we need to hold our money in reserves to ensure for longevity of keeping that AAA bond rating. And that is so important because when we build these infrastructure projects, we have to bond out. I just asked the board about a week ago to do some bonding, including our new animal care and control. How many are pet owners and lovers in this room? Exactly. Animals are an integral part of our community. They just approved the bonding, so we're going to get a brand new animal care and control facility that's going to be state-of-the-art and incredible. No, truly. And we get to pay, when we bond that out, if we didn't have AAA bond rating, it would cost more and more and more just to simplify it. So it is very important that we are financially sound. Another thing, looking at our budget now, because I have to tee up the budget for the board, they've done such a remarkable job. There's actually a chart that shows, I wouldn't recommend this because it means what I'm about to tell you, because it means projects weren't being put online. But we could truly be completely debt-free in a worst case scenario if we had to be. No other local, I haven't seen to this date, even as your comptroller, one local government our side, a city, a county, that could actually be set out to be debt-free if they wanted to be. That just doesn't exist in government, and that's the job the Board of County Commissioners have done for you, which through the decades leading on to, no, it's true, they deserve a big round of applause for their leadership. So you're going to be hearing a lot about the Transportation Master Plan, and that is an initiative that we are looking at to figure out how we set up our county, our growing county, to make sure that mobility, traffic, and other areas of mobility are set out in the right way. And we have to do it now, and let me tell you why. You all have seen the tremendous growth, and I'm talking about the budget and costs. I'm going to speak from that perspective first. Because of inflation and because of the cost of doing business, when we build a facility, when we build a road, the costs are just skyrocketing, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon. So we have to get it, we're at a point where if we don't get it right, far after I'm out of the position and Vice Mayor Baxler's out of the position, we're going to saddle the future governments really with an unsustainable way of trying to get our mobility, and I'll just call it what it is, our traffic correct. So we have to make sure we have the right plans as we're building the roads and setting everything up. And some pretty cool stuff. I'll talk briefly about AI in a minute. But we need to we're getting full community input to figure out how we're going to get this right. So that's one of the biggest things on our plate, both the board and administration, to make sure that we get it right. And I did want to talk about AI in this respect. As your administrator, I'm looking extremely aggressively, following the direction of our board, led by actually Commissioner Greg Weiss, about making sure we get AI implemented into our traffic signals. We are way far behind the 8 ball as this is concerned. I would never recommend on running our government like anywhere in California. However, they did it right when it came to automated cars, self-driving cars, the traffic signals, implementing AI specifically into their local governments, LA County. I was having conversations with them. Their traffic patterns in one of the most gridlocked areas in the entire nation benefited somewhere, it's between 30 and 35%, and they're just starting on this implementation. So I can't imagine an area like us that has nowhere near their difficulties if we get this done correct. It's going to be a multi-year effort. It's going to take some funds, but I believe at the end of the day, you're going to see an entire new traffic signals running in Palm Beach County based on AI and just some incredible stuff. The self-driving cars, I often, not here today, but I get asked about that a lot because people visit places in Texas and, as mentioned, California, and they say, hey, when are we getting that? I will tell you that Tesla is coming out soon with their cyber cab. There's a company called Waymo that's aggressively operating in different areas of the country, and it's absolutely something that the administration side is going to be looking at to propose to the board. So we have a whole new era coming in county government, and AI is definitely a big part of it. So as you can tell, have a full variety of different issues that I'm working on as your administrator. The first thing that I had to do actually was reorganize the staff, which is going to take the better half of a year to get the final process, but the staff, our governmental chart, and I don't want to bore you, I will make it simple as this. Things are more streamlined. We have our departments in a much better place, which means for you. Better service, better response times. I did want to open it up to some questions, but before I do that, I cannot say this enough. And I'm not just saying this because they're my bosses. We have the best board in the entire country. And I say that because of where we are today as the premier county. And all 7 commissioners are extremely, and again, I say this because I work with them every day, engaged in every aspect to make sure that we have the best county possible, and you get the best service. Our response times, every district commissioner's office is always there to listen. I know you know Commissioner Sachs extremely well. You know, her slogan in all of her elections are, I fight for you, but it's not just a slogan. She fights for you nonstop. It's always about the alliance and stepping up for you. Lori, it's been tremendous being a working partner of yours, and I can't say enough about how sad I am that Bob is no longer with us. He, a dear friend for decades, and he'll never go forgotten. We wouldn't be here today in the way we are without him, so it's such a pleasure. And I don't know, are we doing some questions? Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Harvey has a question. Think about your questions, I'll come around. I hold the microphone.
Can I hold your hand? Could you, in simple terms, explain what AI means?
Yes. Artificial intelligence. I'm going to speak from my not long ago role as clerk, and then I'll segue into now commission. So artificial intelligence is changing the way we work and live. To put in perspective, at the clerk's office, we process a lot of documents. Docketing, they call it. When I became your clerk, AI really wasn't being used. By the time I left, about 45% of all work, and one of the major things that they do was being processed by artificial intelligence. that is going to translate. You see private industry going on. And Harvey, you brought up a great point that I glanced over. We are attracting here in Palm Beach County artificial intelligence companies at a record pace. One of the world leaders, ServiceNow, was just announced about a week ago. They're opening up a major hub in downtown West Palm that's going to be an incubator that other AI companies center around. So it's not only that we're going to be implementing it, and it already is working in our government structure. We're going to be, from a private sector, have the resources here that many other places do not. So artificial intelligence is computers, to put it simple, that think at a higher level than even we do, and they figure, I know it's a little scary, I see a lot of people shaking their heads, but the efficiency and the rate that they can problem solve, it's phenomenal. So from a traffic light standpoint, it's not just that you pull up and they recognize that a car isn't there. They look at the entire county, every single intersection, potentially if we get it fully implemented, and within milliseconds, they know by turning the light here in right here outside of our Fladell South County Civic Center, they will know the impact all the way to Jupiter. It can process that in a millisecond. If I turn this green, what's the full impact? Which obviously personnel could never do. So it's super intelligent thinking that we really haven't seen anything like it until this day. So you're going to see us implementing that in a variety of ways as the decades tick by here in Palm Beach County.
That would help, like, if you're sitting at a light and it's a 4-minute light outside of your community, it may be, if the computer doesn't see any traffic coming at all, it might allow the light to go a little shorter. Is that what we're talking about?
That is precisely right, but even beyond that, it will see full impacts of every light in the whole county to make it the most efficient as possible. It's remarkable stuff.
Is there any other questions? I'm sure that he'll also stick around for a few minutes after our county administrator, but we have a question over here.
First, I'd like to say that I do believe in artificial intelligence, but I'd like to know, is there a timeline of testing? Because what I understand about artificial intelligence, which are large language models, they are statistical models that evaluate statistically letters in a sentence, let's say, and then compare it with millions of documents on the web to find out what it means to us humans, the context of that particular sentence. They're not really thinking per se, but the idea is that they can make errors.
Sure, he's talking about language models, and again, I don't want to get too technical, but there's, right now, the frontal-facing things that you see are like Chat and Gemini. That's simply language models that it's almost, some people think it's an advanced Google, it's way beyond that. When I'm talking about our county government, it's not so much using the language models, it's actually using specifically designed AI that help us do things better. In road and bridges and construction, they could look at a construction model and pump out schematics or plans faster than we ever can. So it's not so much setting policy based on what AI is saying, it's actually just the implementation of government services that we have to get done for you.
Well, that's terrific, really terrific. Maybe we wouldn't need that tax collector's office online.
How do we get to stop the tax collector's office online?
We just heard from the tax collector that she put 3 more kiosks in Publix's, so it should cut down. We're a little upset about that, but
so I actually just on Friday. We have a road and bridges department led by our engineer. His name is David Ricks, and I went out on site and walked Lyons Road because there's tremendous extension, widening of the road coming. We did phase 1 before I was your administrator, which is that area where the new tax collector's office is going. Then we're going to do from Boynton Beach Boulevard to Flavor Pick, where thank you to the County Commission and Palm Beach Fire Rescue, we're getting a brand new fire station, which I also was in. It's tremendous. And then the final phase of lines will be from Flavor Pick to Atlantic. I was involved as a legislator in helping push a few buttons to get the extension done. This was what, we were out there for a photo, I don't know, back in 2012 maybe?
Yeah, when Bert Aronson
Yeah, Bert.
and Mary Lou Berger was the mayor.
Yes.
And Bert Aronson was there along with Bob. We have that picture, we put that picture on the internet when he passed away. Everybody saw that last week.
Yeah, so you know, it was well over a decade ago, and not understanding, we never really contemplated this when we did that extension and opened up Lyons Road all the way from before, you know, it goes past into Broward and then all the way by Wellington that runs into the community. We didn't anticipate what it was going to become. So we're now having to widen that to 4 lanes, and it's a tremendous project. But we're on top of it, and I'm going to try to make sure that it's done in a as quick as possible. I know that affects a lot of people, and I want it done correctly. I don't know if you saw, when I was out there on Road and Bridges, have anybody noticed, even though it's a brand new road, it's a little bumpy? Have you, it's coming over? So I'm gonna make sure under my watch that we get it done correctly as well, that these are smooth roads and we're not paying tens of millions of dollars to get roller coaster roads. That will end, as far as I'm concerned, under my watch. Does anybody know?
Terrific, thank you. Anything else? It's always great to have you here.
I don't want to be repetitive, but I will just say this. I've been in local or in government now for multiple decades, and throughout the country and definitely throughout the state where I actually had a close view, I have not seen an area operate like us. Normally there's infighting between constitutionals and just the legislators don't get along from opposite parties. Palm Beach County doesn't operate that way. Our delegation, when they go up, they fight and work for you. We have such a tremendous working relationship, and even the commissioners, which it's nearly a equally split commission, the issues they tackle, they may have different ways of getting there, but at the end of individually, but at the end of the day, it's with everybody's interest at heart, and we get together, and I say it often, like a family, like a governmental family. I know from your raising of the hands that many of you are from up north, like myself. You know, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, doesn't operate that way. You see articles every day of the craziness between elected officials. And because we get along so well, because we do they do the things they do as elected and myself as administrator, we just have an incredible government structure that you don't see anywhere else. And I could say that as a fact. So I bring that up because it starts with civic organizations like yourself. You're the ones that bring us together. You're the ones that have a strong voice that, Lori, we sit down over issues and we figure out how to get it done. And then when you bring us amongst the table, because you've been working with us for so many decades, there's a familiarity of how to get things done and how to be cordial and figure it out. We come into every meeting, how do we get to yes? How do we get this done? And it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you and your sister organizations. So I want to thank you for putting us in this position where we can be the premier, and we are the premier county in the United States. It's because of starting with you. So appreciate it, more than you know.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We are grassroots. That's what we are, grassroots. Thank you so much for coming today. And maybe some people would like to take a photo with you, maybe? If you could stick around, that would be great. That would be great. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming. This was a terrific presentation. And next month, Valerie Nielsen from the Transportation Planning Agency is going to be here, and we've been waiting for a while because their meetings are usually on the first Wednesday of the month. But this November, she's got that day, and we're going to hear from her. It's going to be a spectacular meeting more about our transportation. Have a terrific month, and remember, look for our card in the mail and our email.